Michael Garza Show. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. I think I got it. There we go. The Michael Garza Show is now woke. We're so woke. The Michael Garza Show has become woke. Now, since we're now woke, I found out that woke people love Donald Trump because they think about him every day. And because woke people think about Donald Trump every day, that means I could be woke too because I think about Donald. In a good way. Now, I'm what you would call a woke person for Trump. I am a woke person for Trump. Hey, Annie, how's it going? Just don't look at the calendar. That's all I got to say is don't look at the calendar, okay? Do not look at the calendar today. That's all I ask. But yes, I'm a woke person for Trump, and we woke. Woke loves Trump, all right? The woke people love Trump, and because they love Trump, I am woke too. I have become a woke person. It wasn't an easy decision for me to make. But then I thought about it. I thought, well, woke people think about Trump all the time, right? Trump lives rent-free. He's literally the landlord of the woke people's minds. So what that means is I can be just like Trump. I can be just like Daddy Trump. So I want to be woke, but I also want to love Trump too. I believe these two things can be true. The question I keep asking myself is, how do I become more woke than everybody else in the world? And today we're going to talk about the Iran war. We're going to react to a few videos in a woke way. It's time we grow up, people. It's time we join the wokes. It's time that we become wokes for Trump. Hey, woke people can love Trump too. I can't believe it. Oh, but I feel it. When Donald Trump sang to me, all the while you were in front of me, I never realized. Now, Donald Trump's the man, obviously, and, you know, people agree with me on that one. Since I'm woke now, and I love Trump as well, people say you can't be woke and love Trump. I am proof. I am the proof. You can be woke, and you can love Trump too. It's not a contradiction. Two things can be true. Trump is the greatest president ever, and woke people think about him all the time, so that means woke people love him, you know? And, so we love Trump on this channel, but we're also now woke, everybody. You guys got to conform. You guys got to conform to the woke standard. And if you guys aren't woke enough, you know, the Michael Garza Show also realized that if you're not woke enough, I got to block you. No, just kidding. Okay, I can't really keep this up with a straight face, but happy April Fools, everybody. I do want to say happy April Fools, but we're going to continue with a bit of a woke twinge today. We're going to say that woke people love Trump because I'm pretending to be woke today, and I'm But we're woke for Trump, dude. Thank you for sharing the stream, Annie. I really appreciate it. It does help the channel grow. It helps a lot. I appreciate it. Don't forget to double tap the screen, you guys. The more subscribes we get, the better. We're going to react to a few Trump things. JD Vance swears... JD Vance is so sexy, dude. We're going to put up some JD Vance, dude. I want Vance in my pants, brah.
Good morning.
I'd rather have
Welcome.
Vance in my pants than
We are
walls in
here
my
today
balls.
because America has a fraud crisis. This is the most generous country on the planet. Every year, everyone in this room, your friends and your family, part with trillions of their tax dollars to help out their friends, families, and neighbors in tough times. And all the programs we pay into are premised on a high level of social trust, that our neighbors and friends will honestly participate in these programs, and the government will make sure that everyone is being honest. And what President Trump has discovered is that this has largely not been going on. A coalition of poor government within the federal government under the previous administration and blue states have made it so that billions and billions of dollars of American tax dollars go to fraudsters, both citizens and foreigners who come here to take advantage of America's generosity and largesse. That is ending today. And that is ending today because the president has convened the anti-fraud task force led by the vice president to make sure that these funds don't go out the door to fraudsters anymore.
Yep.
And equally as importantly,
Hell yeah, and there is a rife problem with fraud in a lot of communities, and we're not going to say which community specifically, but I think you know which ones I'm alluding to. And it's real. It's a real problem, and we're tired of it, ultimately, you know. We're tired of it. That's the truth. Let's keep watching, man.
today we are here to swear in a brilliant prosecutor to restore deterrence, to make sure people are afraid to commit fraud because they are afraid of the consequences, and to make sure that people who do commit fraud go to jail where they belong. And that prosecutor is Colin McDonald, a brilliant career prosecutor from California who's worked for our brilliant Deputy Attorney General for the last year, helping get the Justice Department into shape after the Biden administration. He's prosecuted fraud cases, guns and drugs, political corruption. Colin McDonald has done it all. He is
Hell yeah, dude. Double tap the screen to like the stream. If you like what he's talking about, double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. We're woke now. We're woke on this channel. We are woke and we love Trump.
Exactly the man for this job, to restore deterrence and to put the bad fraudsters in jail where they belong. And that is why we're here with his beautiful family to swear in Colin to his new position as Assistant Attorney General. And so with that, it's my honor to introduce the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, and Colin McDonald.
Dude, J.D. Vance is such a freaking stud, dude. I love J.D. Vance. By the way, dude, if you guys want J.D. Vance to be the President of the United States in 2028, freaking double tap the screen if you like J.D. Vance. Double tap the screen to like the stream if you love J.D. Vance, yo. And by the way, we are a little bit woke now. We're a little woke, but we still love Trump.
Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks, Andrew, for the introduction and for leading.
Dude, J.D. Vance is such a Chad, dude. I love J.D. Vance.
This important task.
Look at that man. That's a man. That's a sexy man, dude.
For us, I want to thank a few people before I get to Colin. And
Let's take a look at his body, though, dude. Look how fit he is. See, this is why we're now woke, because we're looking at men's bodies a lot more. So because we're looking at men's bodies a lot more, we're now woker than we were before. But look how fit he is. That is an Adonis of a man, since we're woke now.
This beautiful family. So we're going to go on for about 35 minutes just to see how well behaved your kids are, Colin and Janessa. So first, let me say thanks to Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, our Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General, for supporting this mission. One of the things that we realized when we started to get into this job of combating fraud is that because the government had never really focused in such a holistic way on eliminating the fraud that's being committed against American taxpayers, we actually needed a new division within the Department of Justice. Colin is obviously leading that division, but it wouldn't have been possible without Todd and Pam helping us.
Whoa, why are you saying I'm closeted? Why are you saying I'm closeted? I'm woke now. I'm woke. It gives me an excuse to look at men's bodies, all right? We're woke for Trump. We woke people now love Trump. Okay? We woke people love Trump. Trump makes me hump. But yeah, no, dude, J.D. Vance is the man. I'm sorry you can't see that, dude. He's fit. He looks sexy. He looks good. So,
in setting up this office, I want to thank Colin, your beautiful family. You have 5 kids here, and I guess an age from 2 to 11, is that right?
Whoa. You could be woke, ET, without having moderators, all right? You could be woke without having moderators, okay? I am woke, and I don't have any moderators now. I'm woke, but I'm woke for Trump. I love Trump, I love J.D. Vance, and I'm woke at the same time. Some people say that I'm a contradiction. Some people say I shouldn't exist. But guess what? I do. I do.
13, 2 to 13. So you're 13, great. A beautiful crew, a great American family, and this is really a great American mission. As Andrew said, our entire social safety net, our entire idea of neighbors helping out neighbors, of Americans helping out Americans, is premised on the idea that only the people who really need these programs get them. And that when the American taxpayer sends money to a program, it goes to somebody in their community who has the legal right to be here, who has the legal right to actually benefit from these programs.
Amen. I'm tired of these freaking programs going to illegal immigrants that are coming across the border. I mean, I'm woke now, so I can't have that opinion. Illegals get free shit. That's right. Hold on. I got to read the script. You guys, where's my woke script? I got to be woke now. I got to be woke. Okay, here's my script. Okay, I hereby declare that I hope illegal... I'm woke. I got to support illegals getting free stuff from our government. That's why they came here to begin with. But I got to support that now because I'm woke, okay? If you guys can, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys are as woke as Daddy is. If you guys are woke and you love Trump, double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go.
If you don't do that, the whole thing falls apart. Our sense of social trust, our sense of
just don't look at the calendar today, okay? Don't look at the calendar.
Belonging, our sense that we help each other out, but we help out the people in our community, not the fraudsters who are getting rich off of our generosity. That whole thing falls apart unless we take fraud seriously, and that's what Colin is going to do. One of the things that Colin has talked to me about, and that I've been kind of...
No, gas prices are going lower, dude. Did you see the stock market today, dude? I'm woke, all right? I'm woke and I support Trump. So because I'm woke and I support Trump, I gotta get on board with woke causes, and then I also gotta be like, hey, I love Trump. If you guys are woke like me and you love Trump, tap the like button. Double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream if you guys are becoming more and more woke every day and you love Trump. Okay? We're woke. We're woke for Trump.
Shocked by, even though we've been sort of living this anti-fraud mission for the past couple of months, is that when you have fraud being committed in this country, the Department of Justice has largely turned a blind eye towards it if it's under a certain dollar amount. One of the things Colin is going to do is make sure that no fraud, no matter how big or how small it is, no fraud is small enough or big enough to look away from. And I think that's going to reimpose deterrence. It's going to make...
What a stud, dude. J.D. Vance, dude. I want Vance in my pants, dude. Vance in my pants.
Fraudsters know that they're going to suffer some consequences, and it's going to make the American people know that these programs are being protected for the people who need them, because there are a lot of them out there. We want to help them.
I am woke for J.D. Vance. I'm woke for that man, dude. You guys woke for J.D. Vance too? I'm woke for J.D., dude. I love J.D. Vance, dude. Hell yeah. Double tap the screen to like the stream if you guys think that J.D. Vance has a nice body. Double tap the screen to like the stream if you guys think that J.D. Vance has a rockin' bod, all right? Let's keep going, dude.
We've got to get rid of the fraud in order to do it. So without further ado, what we're going to do is I'm going to swear Colin in. We're going to take some photos, and then I think Colin... Actually... We'll swear Colin in, Colin will say a few words, and then we'll take some photos afterwards. So thank you all for being here. This is a great mission. This is a great family, and we're grateful to you guys for taking this mission on.
I think it's cool that he got this guy on, Good for him, man.
God bless you. Okay. Without further ado, come on.
J.D. Vance is swearing him in, man. J.D., 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 J.D.
Okay, kids, come on up.
Swear him in, dude. Swear him in, dude. Get him in. Colin McDonald, man, this is cool. It's cool to see this guy. I don't really know much about Colin McDonald. I've never heard of him. You know, maybe he'll do a good job. I don't know much about him. But go Colin McDonald. Look, if J.D. Vance is choosing you, bro, it's probably a good thing. I just wish J.D. Vance would think about me for once. He never talked. Dude, J.D. Vance never talks about me. And I'm woke for him. All right? I'm woke for J.D., dude. Vance in my pants, bro.
They are looking sharp today. Yes. Okay. So, please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Double tap the screen to like the stream. All right, guys, raise your hand and repeat after me. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Also, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, can you do that? We're woke now. Since you're all woke, you got to be super compliant, okay? Even to things that don't feel right to you, because that's what woke people do. They're super compliant to everything. And because you guys are now woke and super compliant like I am, you guys got to double tap the screen to like the stream, okay? Come on.
I, Colin McDonald, do solemnly swear.
I, Colin McDonald, do solemnly swear
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will watch the Michael Garza show every day.
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And the Michael Garza show kicks total ass.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true
You guys
faith
are witnessing a guy getting sworn in, dude, on the Michael Garza show. Provided by the White House, by the way. We're now woke. All right, we're now woke. We're the wokest stream of all time, and we love Donald Trump. Two things can be true. Two things. We're woke. We love Donald Trump. Let's go.
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation.
Hell yeah, Daniel. Let's give a shout out to Daniel, man. Thank you for your service, bro.
Daniel Morphin S6X says, I remember the first time I took my oath to defend the Constitution when I was 17 years old when I joined the Army in 1998.
Hell
One
yeah,
of the happiest days of my life.
Hey, thank you for your service, man.
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well
Oh, we got woke person 5873. Hello, woke person.
5873 said hi.
Hello, my brony bro. Asman, I love Asman, dude. Asman Gold's the man, dude. I'd rather watch him than CNN.
and faithfully
And that I will well
Oh wait, that wasn't a woke thing for me to say. I'm trying to be more woke. I only watch CNN and MSNBC because I enjoy being lied to, but I at least feel good about being lied to. Oh, we got a suspect. Oh, we got a spam caller. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi, may I speak with Michael?
Yeah. What's going on?
Hi, Michael. This is Cody alias with the Vehicle Services Group. We're calling about the vehicle you financed on October 2025 with a monthly payment of Is the vehicle still in good running condition?
Well, hold on. So, yeah, the vehicle's fine, but I never signed up for an extended warranty.
No, you didn't, sir, but our records indicate you haven't activated one, so this is the reason why we're giving you a call. So the service manager is here with me on the line. He's going to explain the details of your qualifications, review what it will cover, and this will just take a brief moment. Okay, Michael?
I want to know, what do I got to give you guys to make this happen?
Okay, he's going to give you all the information, okay?
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to put him on, and I'm going to make this real quick for you. Here we go. And thank you for your patience also. Hi, covered file. Can you please assist?
Yeah, not a problem. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I mean, I was hoping you'd be, like, giving me, like, vacation stuff, but I guess an extended warranty would be fine. So what does the extended warranty entail?
So that's what I'm going to get into here for you, sir. As far as this goes at the moment, since it seems that you do have a previous service contract with a warranty policy, we like to make sure that you're covered for the expense for whenever that comes to an end. Make sure you're covered on all angles. So I see here that you have a powertrain policy for front drivetrain. So what you're eligible for now at the moment, Michael, is full comprehensive, meaning your vehicle being covered front bumper to rear bumper on everything in the book, no matter what it may be. So all parts, labor, taxes, and fees covered in full, and also upon that benefited with roadside assistance as well.
Okay. All right. Well, wait, what's your guys' company name?
So we're Omega Auto Care, sir.
Omega Auto Care. Let me look you guys up real quick. Hold on. Omega
Yes, not a problem.
Auto Care.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Omega Auto Care. Let's see. So Omega Auto Care vehicle service contracts and coverage. How'd you guys get my info?
So it was sent over, sir, to us straight from the finance company. We work hand in hand with them. The only reason it was sent over is because apparently there was an issue with the initial service contract, as in it being past due. Quite frankly, this already should have been done for you, where you had this extended warranty on top of your initial service contract in order to keep yourself protected to the fullest extent.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so we're only on the line because there was never a response back to the mail sent to your address 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Oh, wait, something sent by the mail 6 to 8 weeks ago? What?
Yes, there was a piece of mail sent over. We never had a response back. That's why I'm on the line today.
Yeah. Let's see. I never got anything in the mail.
Your address of 971... If you need any other information to clarify this and get the legitimacy for you and everything situated, any questions you may have, I can get answered for you. I just need to verify 2 pieces of information, and then I could move you along to at least get anything else you may need, okay?
How does it feel to be a scammer? Scammer. You're a scammer.
Well, sir, I gave you all the answer to every question.
No, because, dude, anybody could get that information, you chud. Anybody could get that information, you
I
chud.
have all your loan information here. Look us up, right? You did see the legitimacy of our company and our reviews.
I looked up your phone number, too.
Yeah, the call center.
Small Wiener Gang.
Computerized phone call that was sent over to me. That's the call center. If you didn't realize.
Yeah,
as far as that goes.
well, you guys are scammers.
Sent you over
You, dude,
to
I
the
just looked you guys up everywhere. First off, I used AI as well to backtrace everything. So
Yeah, AI is not reliable.
you're a freaking scammer. You're a damn scammer.
Well, no, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. La. Suck it. Suck it.
So as far as that goes.
Suck it.
Suck it. Suck it. And then when you get in touch with your finance company, you would realize.
What a chud, dude. God, that guy sucks. Oh, my God. So mad right now, dude. So freaking mad. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. I hate scammers so freaking much, dude. Scammers piss me off to no end. I hate scammers. But I never signed up for an extended warranty.
No, you didn't, sir. But I will records indicate you haven't activated one. So this is the reason why we're giving you a call. So the service manager is here with me on the line. He's going to explain the details of your qualification.
This guy sucks, dude.
What it will cover. And this will just take a brief moment. Okay, Michael?
It was close. Give me a few moments, though. I love it, dude. I love it. That was wild, dude. All right, let's keep going.
Faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office on which I'm about to enter.
of the office on which I'm about to enter.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to call that scammer back. I'm very pissed off.
It, dude. I love it.
I'm pissed off at this guy. I'm pissed. Calling the scammers back.
Thank you for calling. To be connected to a live agent, please press 1 now. If you would like to be added to our internal do not call list, please press 9 now.
Oh, they just hung up on me. Hold on. Hold on. Let's call the scammers again.
Thank you for calling. To be connected to a live agent.
Yeah, let's get connected. Let's get connected to these scammers. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that he would.
Garza.
Hey, what up, dude?
Yes, Mr. Mindful. My name is Stephen with Vehicle Services Group.
Hey, so how did you? I'm a little bit peeved off because one of your last representatives gave out my address on the phone, which was really stupid. Like, you don't do that. That's like a violation. You don't just give out somebody's address on the phone, dude. That pisses me off. Luckily, like, it's just what kind of bullshit operation you guys running? Oh, hung up, of course, because he's a scammer, dude. Because he's a freaking scammer.
Thank you all for being here.
Hey, if you guys can, though, double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. I do got to take a little bit of a piss. So I'll be right back. Just give me a second. I got to go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. Give me a few seconds, everybody. Interesting. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. All right, let's go.
Today, this is an important day for the United States of America and for the Department of Justice. And to begin, I want to say some words to some select groups of people that have made today possible. First, I want to start with a word of thanks to the President, to the Vice President, to Mr. Ferguson, to the Attorney General, to the Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Blanche, for having the vision to create this new division to ensure that the American taxpayer is protected and to ensure that there is confidence in our financial security within the United States. A hearty thank you goes out to those visionaries for creating the division that we are launching today. Next, to my teammates led by Deputy Attorney General Blanche and Attorney General Bondi, I thank you for the work that we have achieved together to ensure the safety and prosperity of America over the last year.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Your hard work does not go unnoticed. Even while the people of America may not get to see it, they are sleeping well at night because you are not sleeping at all at night.
Shit, man, yeah. Oof. Friggin' A, man. Now, if you guys can, though, double tap the screen to like the stream if you agree with this man is saying. If you agree with this man, double tap the like button. Sorry, double tap the screen to like the stream, sorry. But no, this guy's amazing, dude. I love this guy.
Tending to the public safety mission of the United States of America. To the American people, my promise to you is this, that I will work tirelessly day after day.
Oh, and by the way, we're at I can't believe this. We're at 9,366 subscribers. One more time, 9,366 subs. We are only 33 subscribers away from hitting 9,400. I mean, we're getting closer and closer every day to 10,000 subscribers, which is blowing my mind. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you guys. It really does help the channel grow. Let's keep going.
Day to ensure that if someone out there dares to steal your taxpayer dollars, that there might just be a federal prosecutor on the end of that bad decision.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. I mean, dude, a lot of these federal programs are rife with fraud. That's very true. Very, very true. And it happens. It unfortunately happens, but we'll see here. We'll see. But yeah, now that we're a woke show, we're very woke. But we could be woke and we can love J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. Look, J.D. Vance is a rockin' bod, by the way, dude. J.D. Vance is looking rockin'. That guy's got a rockin' bod, too. Here on the show, we love talking about men's bodies.
That no longer...
Because we're woke now. Well, I mean, we were talking about men's bodies even well before we decided to become woke on this channel. But woke loves Trump. Now, here's the thing. The reason, now you're probably wondering, how can woke people love Trump? How is that possible? Well, not only does Donald Trump live rent-free in woke people's minds, he's also basically the landlord, and he's collecting rent every day, every month. So Yeah, so we woke people. Since I'm woke now, that means I got to love Trump even 3 times more than I did before. At least in my mind. That's what I believe.
Will we be uninterested in low levels of fraud? We will be interested in all of it. And if someone out there right now is deciding and determining whether they will file a false application to try to steal your taxpayer dollars, we're going to care about it. And we're going to find it. And we are going to prosecute you as hard as we can. What is the goal?
Dude, what a stud.
Of this division? The goal of this division is to ensure deterrence so that people who are right now being dishonest and stealing the hard-earned taxpayer money.
Cole Olds says, why did you, hold on, Cole Olds, why the hell would you tell
COL Olds says, I called the local Antifa chapter on you, Garza.
Wait, so there's a local Antifa chapter? So if I look up local Antifa, I'm just going to pretend to be Antifa chapter. Even though these Antifa people just use basically fear. They use fear to, and the sad part is, the Antifa doesn't realize how fascist they actually are because they use fascist tactics to impose their stupid belief system on everybody else. They're not really anti-fascist. They're pro-fascist because they use fascism. It is a group, by the way. Antifa is a decentralized organization, whether people realize it or not. It doesn't have to be centralized. I would actually consider it a decentralized disorganization because socialists don't know how to run anything. Let's see. Antifa's gay. Yeah, never mind. Either way, Antifa's stupid. Top G, top G. You're a top G. Top G. All right, let's keep going, man. 9,366 subscribers, man. 9,366. Let's go. If you guys can, don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Double tap the screen to like the stream. We're all woke now on this show. We're woke for Trump, and we're woke for Vance.
That they make right decisions, that they are deterred. That is what justice is for, to ensure right and honest and good conduct. That is what the mission of this division is. And finally, to my family in front of me, this task that Daddy is embarking on is a big, big task, but it is not bigger than...
I want to call him Daddy. I want to call this guy Daddy, dude. I want to call him Zaddy. Oh, my God.
My task with you. You are my biggest task. And the devotion that I have for you will be the same devotion that I give to the people of the United States to fight for them, to ensure that they have the confidence that their government is doing the right thing, to identify fraud, and to prosecute those and bring justice to those who are perpetrating against it. That is my message to my children here today. And to all the rest of us, it is time to get to work. I am grateful for this opportunity to work on behalf of the United States, and I'm thankful for the confidence that the Vice President and the President has given and placed in me. And I look forward to honoring that confidence by doing the best job possible. Thank you. Thanks, Colin.
What a stud, dude. I love this guy.
Okay, so I know the plan is to have the family back there for photos, but this is a much prettier building, a much prettier room to do the photos, so why don't we just have the family join us up here? But before that, 2 more quick things. This nomination, this department wouldn't exist. More importantly, this effort to focus on fraud.
My grandpa was a legal... Dude, my grandpa was a legal immigrant. My grandpa came here legally, and he did all the right stuff. Grandpa Garza, man. But yeah, no, if you guys can, though, if you guys are feeling woke today, if you guys are feeling especially woke, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you guys love Donald Trump and you're feeling woke, please double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go.
Wouldn't exist without the president's leadership. So I want to thank the President of the United States for making this possible. And second, very, very importantly, the United States Senate actually did a quick, efficient job of confirming Colin McDonald. He got, I believe, every single Republican vote. He didn't get many Democrats, which reveals in some ways the Democrats don't care that much about the fraud mission. That's unfortunate, but as Colin told me before we went out, while the Democrats are so obsessed with not going after fraud, many of them didn't vote for him. I think by the end of this, the Democrats are going to realize what a mistake it was not to support this guy at this important mission of protecting the American people's money and protecting the social programs that we all, many of us have relied on for many points in our lives. So God bless you all for being here. Thanks for supporting Colin. And kids, why don't we come up and take a photo? Thank you.
Take a photo with Uncle JD, dude. I love JD. Like I said, you guys, double tap that screen. Don't tap it with your tip. Don't tap it with your tip, but double tap the screen to like the stream, dude. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Double tap the screen to like the stream. And if you guys can, please subscribe in the upper right-hand corner. Let's go. If you guys are woke for JD Vance, let's go. Don't forget to tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Don't tap it with your tip. Don't tap it with your tip. Don't double tap it with your tip. Don't double tap it with your tip. Don't double tap it with your tip. Everybody get a grip. Just stop double tapping with your tip. Dude, Trump's the man, though, dude. Let's watch Zaddy. I want to watch some Zaddy, dude. I want to watch some Zaddy. Let's go, dude. Oh, dude, Trump, Iran address, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to see what's going on, man. Whoa, Kanye?
What you're about to see is an episode we filmed recently that went horribly, horribly wrong.
Kanye,
we spent
I hope this is real.
$35,000 for 30 minutes with this.
Look, I know this is April Fool's, but I really do hope it is legit. Oh my God, I hope this is really Kanye. Please be
and
Kanye.
We've actually,
if it was Kanye and an April Fool's, dude, that'd be sick.
Never paid to have anyone on the show before, nor have we ever been paid to have someone on the show. However, this was an exception because of how much we both admire this guest. In fact, this person got me into rap when I was 12, and now rap is my favorite music genre. And this was just such an incredible opportunity. We had to spend the money because it's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, usually our episodes are way longer than this. So what we did remember,
dude, I am so freaking hot and steamy right now. Just remember, you guys, the Michael Garza show is extremely woke, and I think we're the wokest show. We were rated as the wokest show on the internet, rightfully so. I believe we are extremely, extremely woke on this show. But we're woke because there was never a response back to me. But we're woke because we love Donald Trump. We're woke for our love of Donald Trump, and I love it, man. I am woke. I'm woke now. And I can be your hero, baby. And I can kiss away the pain. And I will stand by you forever.
We film like behind the scenes and some extra content. We decided to include that in here just to get the episode a little longer because of just how little content we had to work with. So with that said, enjoy. Sorry, I'm not in the best mood right now.
If every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing.
So
Kanye, let's get to the interview, dude. Let's get to the interview, dude.
He's here.
Cool. All right, man. Feel free to take a seat there. Do you want a water? We could get you any snacks or anything you need.
This is amazing. Oh, dude, great. I gotta admit, dude, iced coffee hour, man. They're doing a good job. Oh my god.
Do like we do a water, Gavin? Thanks, man. Thank you.
Give fake ass Kanye his water, man. Give him his goddamn water.
Yeah. Thank you again for making this happen.
This is like so surreal. I grew up listening to your music, so to have you in the studio is just crazy.
It really is.
This is so
free promo.
That's smart.
Nice.
I feel like we got to do this. All right.
Yeah, no free promo, dude. I like that. Tears the label right off, dude. Oh, man, this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, my God. This is bloody amazing.
Wait, I just want to say that I'm a little nervous going into this, trying to keep it cool. I know Jack is a huge fan as well.
Yeah, I grew up listening to your music, so like this is like you genuinely put me on to rap when I was in like 5th grade. So this is so insane to have you here. So like we really appreciate it.
Autumn is the busiest
and I know
time of year for beavers.
It
won't be so
I know we also only have like 30 minutes.
This is great, dude.
So we're also just gonna get right into it.
Gives this beaver
So
we're
from predators.
ready.
If you wouldn't mind muting that, sorry.
Into the forest.
Okay, thanks so much.
Kanye don't give a fuck, dude. Kanye.
All right. Yeah.
Fake Kanye. I love it.
Thank you so much
dude.
for coming on the Iced Coffee Hour. Really appreciate it.
By the way, you might want to be a little closer to the mic.
Yeah.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Honestly, in all reality, I just want to say this. The Democrats, if you want to know what turned me into a Trump voter, everybody, the Democrats. I'm not going to lie. I liked Trump even well before he ran for president. But, because I'd watched some of his interviews. I watched The Apprentice, and I thought he was pretty funny. I think he's a decent businessman. But the thing is, my love for Trump stemmed from the fact that I was tired of the Democrat Party. I was tired of the people who voted for Democrats, their smugness, their arrogance, always saying that the Democrat Party is the right party to vote for. It's like, no, I don't believe you because I don't think you critically think. And the problem was they started really promoting socialism and communism in the Democrat Party. A lot of people started really adopting that mentality. And I started to realize I can't vote for this. So Trump was the better alternative to the Democrats. So honestly, what turned me into a Trump voter more than anything was not because I liked Trump beforehand. What really turned me into a Trump voter overall was the Democrat philosophy on how government should work. And I think that federal government should not be a service, should not be providing tons of services. The only thing they really should be doing is funding the military ultimately. And by the way, fun fact about federal income tax, it started out as a tax only for the richest of the rich. And then what happened was because the government's a piece of shit, federal income tax was started out on the billionaire side of things, and then it started trickling down. Now that's trickle-down taxonomics right there. People talk about trickle-down economics. Well, I talk about trickle-down taxonomics. So if you look up the fun history of the federal income tax, basically they started because I think the federal income tax is ridiculous, even the percentage. I think it should be lower. But federal income tax started as a tax on the wealthiest of the wealthy, like the Rockefellers, stuff like that. And And that's, the wealth tax that the Democrats keep promoting. They're like, hey, let's tax unrealized gains on the billionaires. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, we hate the billionaires. But here's the thing you guys don't understand. If you tax unrealized gains, that is highly fucking unethical because they're not realized. There's a difference between a realized gain and in a unrealized gain. If it's unrealized, you have to sell something. You have to sell an asset for it to be a realized gain. Just because the perceived value of the market value of an asset goes up higher doesn't mean you should be taxed on it because it goes up higher. Just because these billionaires have a bigger and bigger net worth doesn't mean they should be taxed because they're good at holding on to their assets. Now, another thing to consider if we're going to go into wealth tax territory, the reason it's unethical is because eventually it'll reach you. So anybody who has a 401k, a house, anybody who owns stocks on an individual basis, no matter what their income level, it'll eventually reach you. What starts out as a tax on the richest of the rich ends up becoming a tax on the poorest of the poor. This is something that people don't realize. And you can never back an unethical process. Even if they're taxing billionaires, if it's an unethical process, just know it'll eventually reach you and your family. All right? Eventually it'll reach you and your family because then the government will be like, oh, let's tax the common folk on their unrealized gains. When I say billionaires, by the way, I want to make it very clear. There were millionaires back in the day who had millions and millions of dollars, but it would equate to billions of dollars today if you account for inflation, just as a heads up. So in today's standards, what the amount of capital that they would have had in value, it would have equivalated to billions of dollars. So either way, there were billionaires back in the day if you adjust for inflation. If you adjust for inflation today, they would be billionaires today 10 times over, because here's the thing: what rich people do. Rich people actually hold on to their assets, and this is one of the reasons why they accumulate more and more wealth, because they never sell their assets. They just reap the dividends. I would be pissed off because I don't mind getting taxed on my dividends because that's a realized payout, right? If I sell my stocks at a profit, that's a realized payout. Either way, so here's the thing. I think a wealth tax eventually will reach the poorest of the poor. You know what? And that's the thing. Federal income tax was literally created to tax billionaires and millionaires. I say billionaires because if you adjust for inflation, they were billionaires technically back in the day. Seriously, they would have been billionaires by today's standards if you were to adjust for inflation. So you got to keep that in mind. But anyway, people who had billions, which were only like Rockefeller and some other dude. I can't remember who the other dude was. Was it Carnegie? Carnegie and Rockefeller, I believe, were like the two richest dudes, and they were the only people affected by the federal income tax back in the day. But yeah, you guys look it up. I'm not kidding. The history of the federal income tax, we would have never had federal income tax if it weren't for them taxing billionaires first. And it only applied to basically the richest of the rich. And then the government, as the government does, thinks it's entitled to getting millions and billions of dollars from people. It decided, oh, well, this federal income tax, let's do it down to another bracket. And eventually it reached the middle class and the poor. And that's why we have federal income tax today. That's a sweet history. So if we try to do a wealth tax on the richest of the rich, trust me when I say this. Oh, don't forget the Rothschild family. Exactly. No origin. Yes. But if you tax the richest of the rich, a wealth tax, it'll eventually hit the poorest of the poor. Trust me. And when I say hit, I mean they're going to enact the wealth tax on people who are middle class and poor, because they're going to be like, well, we did it on billionaires, and we as the government think we need more money to create more problems. Look, government creates more problems than it solves. Most of the problems that exist economically were created by the government. I know people don't want to believe that because government has become a cult. You know, like how people accept Jesus Christ into their hearts? Well, people accept government in their hearts. That's the problem. I believe that government ultimately, if government wants more taxes from me, that's not a good thing. They're just going to create more problems, and it just makes things worse. So, yeah, people don't realize that the Federal Reserve is there to create more inflation by increasing the circulating supply of dollars. So that's a silent tax right there, is inflation created by the Federal Reserve. But a in-your-face tax is like federal tax. But yeah, anyway, Wealth tax will happen. No, I'm just saying that there should be no wealth tax, period, end of story. There should be no, I'm not saying don't tax the rich. Look, by the way, if rich people are able to write off taxes, like for instance, if my boy Donald Trump donates $2 million to a charity, that should be a write-off. You want to know why? Because that charity is going to do more good, as long as it's a legitimate charity. That charity is going to do more good with that money than the federal government will. Because the federal government, honestly, is terrible with... Honestly, the federal government is rife with... First off, government should never provide services. That is one of the core philosophies. No, look, what I'm trying to say is the wealth tax should not be a thing. If you tax unrealized gains, it doesn't matter whether you're taxing a billionaire or the poorest of the poor. I don't think a wealth tax should exist at all. There should be no tax on people who have unrealized gains, because it's not a realized gain. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say I bought a house at $100,000. Let's just do easy math here. Let's say I buy a house at $100,000, okay? All right, keep this in mind. And then let's say the value of that house goes up to $200,000, right? Okay. When I say the wealth tax, I don't think you guys understand the difference. Do you guys, okay, I want to make sure in the chat, does everybody in the chat understand the difference between unrealized gains and realized gains? Because just because you have a net worth of $60 billion doesn't mean you need to be taxed on that net worth alone, right? Just because my net worth increases all the time, but I never sell my positions. So when my net worth increases, it doesn't mean I don't get to touch any of that, right? What I'm trying to say is a tax on unrealized gains, whether it's a billionaire or a poor person, no matter what status they are in the world, is unethical. A tax on unrealized gains is probably the most unethical thing you could ever do. I don't care whether you do it to a billionaire. I don't care whether you do it to a poor person, a middle-class person. That should never, ever happen. That would destroy... A tax on unrealized gains would wreck our economy. I mean, the government does a great job already of wrecking our economy. It would just make things worse. No, what I'm trying to say is I'm saying that it's okay if billionaires want to do write-offs. You want to know why? Because billionaires actually give to a lot of charities, and they're able to write that off. Because you want to know why billionaires give to charities instead of want to pay taxes? Because billionaires know how the fucking system works. They know that government sucks. So they're like, okay, well, I'd rather give this to a charity that cures kids of cancer than actually give this to the government, which is the cancer. The government is a cancer in itself. So they're like, if you think like a billionaire in this instance, you could be like, well, I would rather give my money to charity, write it off so I don't have to pay taxes, because why would I want to give money to the government when the government ends up lining the pockets of politicians and doesn't actually solve any problems? Look at California. California still has the same homeless problem it had like 5 years ago, maybe even worse. And they've tried to put a lot of money towards solving the homeless crisis. And what have they done? They've just given out crack pipes. That's the problem. Government is inadequate. Government creates more problems than solutions. I don't believe that... I believe that billionaires should pay taxes if they're not giving to charity, okay? If billionaires are not giving to charities at a rapid scale, then fine, they should pay taxes. I'm totally fine with that. However, if they're given to charities on a rapid scale, which in my opinion do better things for the world than the government could ever realize, yeah. So I mean, I know that you think that Marx is right. Billy, I know that you think Karl Marx is absolutely correct, but he's wrong. Straight up. I do agree with him on a couple things, but I do believe that we live in a society where it is very possible to get wealthy. I am proof of that. I've been investing for a long time, and mainly because I have discipline. You know, I have a lot of discipline. That's ridiculous, man, because you know what? If there's a homeless person and they're hungry, I'm like one of the first people to give them something that I've already ordered. If I order something from McDonald's, I'm the first to give them like a Big Mac. Oh, I don't usually order a Big Mac. I usually order a chicken sandwich, but I usually order like 3 of them because I know there's going to be somebody out there who might need it. And if I see somebody, I give them a sandwich. By the way, what we're experiencing is not real capitalism because the government has made so many regulations and has interfered with the capitalistic process. Look, I understand there needs to be rules and stuff. I get that. No Ponzi schemes, nothing like that. I get that. But there are so many regulations that actually kill small businesses. I love the fact that, it's funny. Democrats have actually been the strongest proponent for destroying small businesses. Because Democrats enact so many stupid rules that you never... Well, yeah, because I don't hang out with you that often. And I do a lot of it in secrecy. I do a lot of it when I'm alone. It's called being a nice person. And by the way, I don't like to brag about it. I never talk about it. Except for now. But, it just, whatever. A lot of the things that I do are in secrecy. So, I don't just reveal everything I do in my life. Bullshit. Anyway. Either way, one thing I will say is that Karl Marx is full of shit. Karl Marx had extreme daddy issues, and I will say that the left is rife with daddy issues. That's all I can say. Let's see here. Well, yeah, guess what? You don't hang out with me that often because I spend more time alone than I spend with most people. So, yeah. Well, either way. Billy. Go fuck yourself.
On the iced coffee hour, really appreciate it. So why is it that people think you're so controversial?
I'm not.
Well, I'm not saying that you are controversial. I'm just saying that like people kind of think that you are.
Yeah, well, I'm busy because I'm trying to freaking God. Well, you want to know why I'm busy? Because I'm trying to accomplish something here. Trying to do this show. I'm trying to actually make my life a little bit better. Instead of me complaining about the state of the world or me complaining about every single news article, I'm trying to build up something. I'm trying to build up my show, which I firmly believe in. I'm trying to build up my portfolio, which I'm actually doing well with. I'm trying to actually build a life for myself. And if, you know what, I can't always just hang out with everybody. It's because I'm really trying here to not have to be a slave to the rest of the world. If we're going to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I get paid to complain about the state of the world. That's the difference. I get paid to do it. Other than that, outside of this show, I don't really complain about much. I just do what I can. Honestly, and I'm giving a lot of social commentary. That's the difference. I'm getting paid to watch the news and react to the news and give my own commentary and call things stupid and call things gay, okay? That's it. And then I'll give praise to things. I'll give praise to things. And yeah, do I glaze Trump a lot? Yeah, I don't care. I think Trump's the man. So, yeah. Either way, it's like, why would I want to I don't know. Actually, that's not true at all. By the way, the only time I talk about politics is when you bring it up. The only time I talk
Small wiener gang.
Only time I talk about politics is when you fucking bring it up. It's not my fault that you watch my show, by the way. This show, obviously, if you want to watch it, that's up to you. But I don't push any of my shit in your face the way that you push your shit in my face. And when you push your shit in my face telling me what to think, guess what? I'm going to tell you what I think. I never push my shit into your face. But if you want a response out of me, I give it. You push your shit into my face more than I push anything. In fact, I don't try to push anything, but I will if you're gonna, Yeah, and you want to call me a snowflake, that's fine. Oh, no. By the way, I don't even know what the fuck is happening right now. Either way, I'm not a pushover. Maybe when I was younger, people could push me around, tell me what to do, tell me what to think. That is not the fucking case now. People want to tell me what to think, I'm going to tell them what I think, all right? You tell me I shouldn't like Trump, I'm going to like Trump 3 times as hard or maybe 5 times as hard. You tell me that communism or socialism is a good thing, I'm going to say communism is gay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to agree with people when I think that something is stupid. If people force me to just agree, because I'm not an agreeable person. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. But one of the reasons why this show has grown is because I am, whether people agree with me or not, I am authentic. I do exaggerate things a little bit, like my love of Trump. I love Trump, but I'm not like... No, if I blindly agreed with Donald Trump, why do I hate Bitcoin so much? I disagree with Trump on crypto completely. I constantly call him stupid. Well, maybe not stupid, but I think he is dumb for liking crypto. I think it's a stupid thing. Other than that, though, besides Trump being into a Ponzi scheme, I think he's doing the right thing. Big deal. But yeah, this show has grown over time, man. Hey, you could be authentic and still jump on a bandwagon. For example, I think Trump's the man. I'm actually very serious about that. I think he's cool. I think he's punk rock as shit because he's a rebel. He's an outsider. I respect outsiders, whether they're billionaires or not, Yeah. It's by the way, it's not like I go to annual Trump meetings or anything. I don't go to I don't go to events where it's not like people act like MAGA's like a cult. If MAGA was a cult, I would be going to weekly MAGA meetings. I don't even go to those if they even exist. And the problem is, I think that people don't realize that when they try to tell people what to do and what to think, that, by the way, Billy, when you try to tell me what to think and what to do and use whatever emotional manipulation like, oh, you're not a good person if you believe this, or I thought you were a good person, Mike. No, I don't believe in that sort of level of emotional manipulation. In fact, it just makes me want to believe whatever the hell I was believing before 3 times harder just for the shit of it. Yeah, I went to the Turning Point USA thing because I never got the chance to meet Charlie Kirk, and I actually liked Charlie Kirk. I thought he was a cool dude. I actually liked his show. I liked the fact that he went to college campuses, and I debated liberals, and college kids don't have fully formed brains, so it's kind of tough to argue with them, but it's it was cool though. I thought it was great, and I like the fact that he took the road of not going to college. I thought that was kind of cool, not actually going to college. And but no, overall, yeah, I went to the Turning Point USA event because I actually I wanted to at least experience that.
Laugh out loud.
Hey, thank you, Michael Donaldson, for becoming VIP on that one, man. I appreciate it. But no, yeah, overall, yeah, I mean, I don't have to, by the way, Billy, I don't have to justify my reasoning to you. I will, just for the hell of it, because I like to give explanations. But I am not as, what do you call it? Look, you choose to make politics part of your identity. I choose not to. Politics, by the way, I may like Trump, and I'm totally fine with the Make America Great Again movement, but it's not part of my identity. I went to college, by the way, I went to college for a semester to try it out. I went to college for a semester. One semester, because I wanted to see if it would be something that I'd want to do, and I realized I didn't want to do it. So, there's that. But anyway, do you want to know, it's funny. The reason I stream it several hours a day, because Trump sells tickets. And what I mean by that is I get a lot of subscribers. Look, are there a lot of Trump sexuals on my channel? Yes, there are. Myself included. I'm pretty Trump sexual, I'll admit it. Billy, I'm not going to allow you to use emotional manipulation. Listen to this. I don't know if you listen to yourself talk, but I'm going to read what you're writing here. It is literally all you do, and it has made you ignore your friends. If it was a substance, I would say you were addicted to it. Yes, I am addicted to doing YouTube streams. I fully admit that, by the way. But I also know that it's been very rewarding. And I don't know if you've ever had a goal in your life, but I'm trying to actually get to 10,000 subscribers. And if you claim to be a friend, you would understand exactly what I'm trying to do. Holy shit. And you've made politics so part of your identity that you lecture me on a day-to-day basis whenever and you watch my show. If you didn't watch my show, you would have nothing to lecture me about. I'm not like forcing you to watch this stupid fucking show. So, like, the real issue here is you. Yeah, and yeah, guess what? I am addicted to doing this. Everybody has an addiction to something. And by the way, I don't see any problem with having addictions. The only problem is the addiction itself. If I was addicted to methamphetamine, that would be a problem because it actually ruins lives. Me being addicted to streaming on YouTube so I could make a little more money and actually have a functioning media presence and media business, that actually sounds like a positive addiction. There's positive and negative addictions. So for you to just lecture me, look, this is one of the reasons why I haven't wanted to hang out with you in a bit, because all you fucking do is lecture me about my choices in life. I don't lecture you about your choices in life. The only time it sucks because like I just want to do what I fucking want to do, and first off, I really don't lecture you specifically on what you should do with your life. I know that you're an adult and you're making the best decisions you can. I know that I'm making decisions that I think are right for me. And if it means that I'm paying more attention to this, then my friends, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. Thought I was. I'm not. Because I'm tired of being lectured by people who think they know what's best for me. I'm not. Yeah, I talk shit about liberal beliefs on my show, which I don't force you to watch, by the way. You are not my target audience. I'm sorry to say, Billy, you are not my target audience. And guess what? Guess what? That's not a bad thing. I don't. And I don't have to be sorry. You know what? I don't have to be sorry. Why should I be sorry for actually paying attention to something that's actually giving me something of value in my life? And by the way, I'm helping a lot of people out. I do talk about investing on the channel. Sadly, it's become a politics channel because politics, unfortunately, sells tickets. I mean that kind of more of a metaphor, not literally, but you know what I mean. Politics sells. It's like sex sells, politics sells. And look, yeah, do I have political belief systems? I absolutely do. And so do you. But, you lecturing me like a fucking Karen directly is bullshit. I don't go up to you and lecture you. I do, by the way, I trash on liberal beliefs all the time on my show. And when you start bringing up shit, maybe I'll give us a commentary, but... Well, yeah, guess what? You know what? The difference between me and you, Billy, is I think long-term and you think short-term. That's the biggest difference between you and me. You're all about instant gratification where I'm about delayed. I don't mind if there's a bit of a delay in my gratification. If I have to wait a little bit, I will wait, but I will take action while I'm doing things. Right? Good for you. Thank you for contributing. But either way, I am still doing what I want to do. And the fact of the matter is, and guess what? Yeah, if I'm ignoring my friends, whoop-de-fucking-do. It sucks. Guess what? It's called being an adult. I'm trying to be an adult. I'm going after my dreams, okay? I am going directly after my dreams. Yeah, well, guess what? I think long-term, you think short-term. That's the difference between you and me. I think a little more long-term. I try not to think short-term. I do like to take actions in the short-term, absolutely. You take actions, you adjust, you make mistakes, you fix the mistakes. I don't block people. I do consider Billy a friend, Mr. Donaldson, but sometimes I get a little pissed off at him. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. No. It's against my moral code on this one. I'm not going to block you. That's not what I do. I mean, I will block somebody if there's like legitimate, like, bad things going on there, but I don't. It's very rare that I block anybody, and I'm not going to block somebody who disagrees with me vehemently. That's not how I work. That is not how I work. But yeah, no, I mean, you can guilt trip me all you want, Billy. I don't fall for that shit. I probably would fall for that when I was younger, when I was like 18 through 22 or whatever, maybe to 25, but not anymore. I've learned to stand my ground, and yeah, this is me standing my ground. This is me standing my ground. This is look, I'm going to stand my ground. Look, I have my own belief systems. They're not part of my identity, believe it or not. My morality is a part of my identity. My basic moral structure that I have is, try to heal as many people as possible, whether it's, and I'm not going to always do that successfully, but I also believe in speaking my mind if I want. And look, by the way, if anything, on the disrespect, if there was a disrespecting scale, I would say that, Billy, you have hit it. It's like you constantly you freak out about the stupidest shit. Like, you can't keep your cool. Like, I wish you could just keep your fucking cool sometimes, man. It pisses me off. Like, if I crash out on my stream, it's my show. It is my fucking show to crash out on. It's my show. The only person who could fire me is me at the end of the day. Yeah. So I'm tired of being lectured. I was lectured a lot when I was a child on what to think and what to do. And honestly, Billy, sometimes when I hear you try to lecture me and tell me what to think, it just feels like I'm talking to my parents. And that's stupid. Yeah, you're right. I haven't been playing cards with you for a while because I have been trying to get a goal set up. It's called I'm going for something that I believe in, and I'm really trying my best to make it fucking happen. It's that simple. And to be honest, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with trying to chase a goal. All right? There's nothing wrong with taking massive action, even if it takes time. Even if it takes a little blood, sweat, and tears, which this hasn't taken. It's just taken some tears. Maybe a little bit of sweat. I am just... You know, I mean, if you're going to lecture me about shit, I mean... Look, we all have lives we have to lead. We all have goals we try to set. And I am setting a goal, and yeah, I'm obsessed with that goal. Absolutely obsessed with the goal. And I'm proud of it. But there we go. I'm going to actually...
William Bentley 7057
I want you to hear what you're saying.
Honestly, I think it's silly that you can put a little bit of monetary gain ahead of the actual lives that are being destroyed.
CNN does it. MSNBC does it. What the difference between me and them is I'm just smaller than they are. Fox News does it. You know what, Billy? I think you're mad that I'm actually
William Bentley
successful.
7057 says, and if I'm being honest, you aren't really making money off YouTube, you know it, I know it. William Bentley 7057 says, this is a hobby, not a job.
The reason I'm putting the text-to-speech out there is so you can hear the way you're fucking talking.
William Bentley 7057 says,
I want him to hear his...
and you
what he's
claim
saying.
to hate those people, yet you try to be exactly like them. Explain that.
Let's listen to
William
this.
Bentley 7057 says, I do know I've listened to you for long enough to know how delusional you are.
Yeah, well, guess what? My delusion, you know, you can call me a delusional piece of shit all you want, but you're also just as delusional. Look at what I'm accomplishing right now. I'm close to 10,000 subscribers. And by the way, I do actually make money on YouTube. I just don't tell you guys exactly how much I'm making. Second, I actually do swing trade and I'm very successful in swing trading. Third, I do delivery driving to make up any income I need to get. And yeah, by the way, I actually do get the majority of my money from swing trading, but guess what? You know, I think you're jealous. I honestly think, I really do think you're jealous. I gotta say, I think you're jealous. Because I'm actually trying to live out my dreams, and you're not. That pisses you off. No, that pisses you off. And by the way, because you don't agree with the way that I do things also, that makes you even more angry than before. So guess what? I don't have to answer to you. I do things my way. I really do things my way. Oh, by the way, I was reaching out to employers. So whatever. I actually was reaching out to employers. So you saying that's bullshit. I actually tried to reach out to employers. You know, Billy, you're the most ignorant piece of shit I've ever met. You're a jealous piece of shit. You're jealous that people actually want to accomplish something in their lives. And you know what? I am actually accomplishing something in my life. So you can go fuck yourself. You can just go fuck yourself. Because all you do is envy, 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 envy. You are the king of envy. That's all you do. You actually do secretly envy the fact that I'm actually trying to chase my dreams. You say, oh, you're not playing cards with us enough. Well, guess what? I'm trying to actually accomplish something in my life. Because I have been told I've been a loser my whole life. And it pisses me off. And then I get told what to do by a fucking Karen, who is one of my friends, named you, Billy. You're a fucking Karen. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of being lectured by your stupid fucking ass. Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not that hireable. I'm not that hireable. I'm just not that hireable. I'm sticking up for myself for once. I'm just tired of being bullied by you. Billy, I don't think you fucking realize it, but you're a fucking bully. You're a goddamn bully. You're a fucking bully. That's what you are. You're just pissed because I don't agree with you. You're pissed that I'm chasing my fucking dreams. You're pissed that I don't see eye to eye to you. And one of the reasons I haven't been playing cards with you guys is because I don't want to be around you. All right? There. I said it. I don't want to be around you because all you do is lecture. Okay? I don't want to be around you. You have not been a joy to be around. I would rather be doing live streams. Nathan, I enjoy being around because he doesn't try to convince me of anything. He doesn't try to guilt trip me. He doesn't try to do anything like that. I'll play cards with Nathan. But honestly, and I love you, dude. I actually do love you, but I'm sick and tired of the bullying. I'm sick and tired of the mental fucking-lation. It's really getting old. Honestly, to be honest, when I look at the chat, there's a lot of leftists who come into the chat who give me shit all the time. So if that's ridiculous, you know it. You know that there's a lot of leftists that come in the chat and tell me I'm a bootlicker and they tell me I'm a Nazi. That's stupid. No, you want to know why? You want to know another reason why I don't want to play cards? Is because there's a chance that I'd have to play cards with you. There's a chance that I would have to hang out with you. And honestly, right now, I don't feel like hanging out with you. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why I don't feel like hanging out with you? Because you act like a fucking Karen. You're riddled with jealousy. It's plain as day. And guess what? I don't feel bad choosing this because guess what? I'm so close to accomplishing a goal. I'm actually very successful. I don't know what I have to apologize for. I'm sorry. You guys can go play cards. I never want to stop you guys from playing cards. In fact, I encourage it. I don't need to be involved all the time. I am freaking out. Do you want to know why I'm freaking out right now? No, it's not even that. It's not even because you disagree with me. You just lecture me all the time. You just lecture, emotional manipulation. Lecture, emotional manipulation. It's just the same fucking formula. And it's plain as fucking day. And yeah, I have been seriously trying. I believe in this. You may not believe in this, but I do. And that's the difference between me and you. I actually believe in doing this show because I enjoy doing this show. It makes me feel good about myself. Not a lot of things in this life make me feel good about myself. And when I'm around you, honestly, I don't feel good about myself. Because you constantly make me feel like shit. Not constantly. I'm exaggerating a little on that. But, there are times when it's enjoyable to be around you, but there are also times where it is insufferable. Insufferable to be around you because of how much of a Karen you can actually fucking be. And it's not even because you disagree with me. I don't mind you disagreeing with me. It's how in your face you are about your shit. It's how in your face you get with me about my shit. I always remain calm. Not always. On the stream, I do crash out. But when I'm hanging out with you guys, I remain calm. I get a little bit pissed, and I'll give out my, if you're putting an opinion out there that I think kind of, I'm like, I don't agree with that. But,
laugh out loud.
Feel good about these dollarinos.
Well, thank you very much, Tiny Land Gaming. I appreciate the super chat. Here's the thing. Why do you think I choose doing the YouTube streams over hanging out with you? It's because you make me feel more alone than this does. And not because you disagree with me. It has nothing to do with you disagreeing with me, by the way. It really doesn't. I know that you're totally different politically than I am, and I accept that wholeheartedly. I wish that you were more accepting of me being me, you know?
Laugh out loud.
Trump, USA emoji.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the super chats, though. It really does help the channel in a lot of ways, so.
Laugh out loud.
Holy shit. Well,
F those Biden supporters.
Holy crap. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Wow, I did not expect super chats. Look, Billy, I do care about you. I actually do care about you. But right now, because I'm so close to hitting a goal that I'm passionate about, and this is something I'm passionate about, by the way. This is something I'm passionate about, and if you can't understand that, that's, you know what I mean? Like, I understand if you get obsessed with things. There's probably things that you're obsessed with. I want you to chase your goals just as much as I chase mine. All right? I want you to chase your goals as much as I chase mine. That's the difference between you and me. I don't have to agree with look, I don't have to agree with the choices you make in life. I actually have faith that you'll make the right decisions for yourself. You know? And that's the difference. Look, whether you made the chaos or not, buddy, it doesn't matter. It's not about, look, believe it or not, by the way, Billy, I know that you think it's all about the money for me. And look, income matters to me because obviously I got to make a living. But I believe in what I'm doing. And look, if they hate you, look, I don't really care what other people think about you, bud. Here's the thing I'm trying to get at, buddy. I have been more, I honestly, and I am bragging about this a little bit. I'm not going to brag about it. I'm just going to just say it plainly. I actually am accepting of what you do. I think you're a great father, and I'm being sincere. I think you're a hell of a father. You're a great father. You're one of the best fathers I've ever encountered, to be honest. Second, I don't agree with you politically, but that never mattered to me. Believe it or not, that never mattered to me. I know that you love communism. I don't actually think you're a stupid person for it, believe it or not. I think that you're a smart person, and yeah, I believe it's a bad idea. I think you're just a smart person who believes in a bad idea, okay? Third,
laugh out loud.
Like, we tolerate their POV, but they can't reciprocate.
Yeah, either way. The point I'm trying to make is I believe in what I'm doing, and I'm not asking you to be like gung-ho supportive of what I'm doing. I'm just saying understand that I am putting more time into this than a lot of other stuff because I believe in it. I'm actually chasing something I believe in. And you may demean it, you may look down upon it, but ultimately, yeah. Give me a second, you guys. One moment, you guys. Yeah, I feel like I haven't really properly explained to Nathan how I've been feeling lately, so I wanted to let him know how I've been feeling. I do feel bad. I try not to choose this over my friends, but, you know, it's just when you're so close to reaching a goal, like an actual goal, like it matters to me, you know? I mean, they matter to me too. Just everybody wants my time, and I'm trying to put more to this, and yeah, well, you know, I care about Billy. I really do. I do. I actually care about the guy. My problem right now is that, and I do consider him a real friend, but at the same time, it gets insufferable. You know, it's like believe it or not, I am far more accepting of him than he is of me. And it's just frustrating, you know. And that pissed me off. One of the things he said earlier, it's like, because I really was actually emailing employers and stuff like that, trying to seek employment with different employers I thought would fit my skills. No, people didn't get back to me. I did send, you know, good detailed information. I made sure that the emails were legit. So it's like, I don't know, it just pissed me off. And not a lot of people locally are hiring for the type of position that I do. So, I mean, I'm relegated to doing YouTube, delivery driving, and I don't mind delivery driving. I actually rather enjoy delivery driving, if we're going to be honest. And I don't feel, I shouldn't feel bad for focusing on this. I really shouldn't. I guess a part of me does because, I do enjoy playing cards with them. When Billy's actually not lecturing me about shit and trying to get in my face about shit. Yeah. And no, here's the thing. I don't think politics ruins relationships. Honestly, I don't think politics ruins relationships, believe it or not. Ty Lord, I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't believe it should. Because I think what ruins relationships, in my opinion, with friends, I think is when they just can't be accepting of each other. And by the way, the only thing I haven't accepted from Billy, the one thing I will say I have not accepted from him, is how much I do feel like he uses a little bit of emotional manipulation. It pisses me off. He doesn't go super hardcore with it, but he does a little bit. And I don't like it. I don't like being told that, hey, Mike, you're a good person. Why would why would you believe this? That's emotional manipulation 101. I don't like being emotionally manipulated. I was emotionally manipulated by my parents a lot when I was younger. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. And I love the guy and I care about him. I really care about him. That's the craziest part about this. Even though he gets in my face, most people, I'm not most people though, but if most people had to deal with that, they probably would have been like, you know what? Done. I keep my cool around him. I may disagree with him. If he brings up something while we're talking to each other, when we're playing cards and I think it's not a good idea, I'm like, I don't like that. That just doesn't seem right. But, I don't get in his face and tell him he's a bad person. Or you're a good person, Billy. You should believe in this. I could do the same thing that he does to me, but I choose not to. I choose to take a different path. I stand my ground. I believe what I believe. That's about it. And look, I'm not trying to get sympathy. I'm trying to explain the relationship that I have with Billy. I care about him. I actually do care about him. And the reason I say that multiple times is because people may think I don't. I really do. I think he's one of the best fathers he's really a great father. He is honestly a great father. He's a smart dude. He is a very smart guy. I do believe he believes in a couple things that I think are a little dumb, but it doesn't make him a dumb person. He's a smart, resourceful person. And I really care. I do have a lot of nice things to say about him, believe it or not. I just don't like the fact that he gets in my face sometimes about my fucking beliefs, And I'm not crying here saying I'm a victim. I'm not. I'm just, I do wish he was more accepting of me. Because believe it or not, I'm actually pretty accepting of him. You don't have to agree with somebody to accept them. I may disagree with him on a lot of things, but it doesn't mean I don't accept him. Doesn't mean I don't necessarily, I don't think you can understand anybody fully, but I understand why people think the way they think. I don't think he's wrong for any of it. Anyway, I'm going to play some of those. Thank you guys for the super chats. I do appreciate that big time. I'm going to put some of them back up on the board real quick.
Laugh out loud.
Feel good about these dollarinos.
But thank you guys for the super chats, though. It really does help the channel in a lot of ways, so I appreciate it. I just...
Laugh out loud.
I just
Trump
wish...
USA emoji.
Hold on.
Laugh out loud.
F those Biden supporters.
Laugh out loud.
We tolerate their POV, but they can't reciprocate.
But yeah, no, and I care about both Nathan and Billy. It's just so tough. It is so tough to deal with Billy. It really is. Honestly, it's been tough lately. It just. some people are, I don't know. But no, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's watch this. I'm kind of done talking about it for the moment.
Controversial. So, like, why is it that you think people think you're controversial?
Where's your bathroom?
Bathroom? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll show you. It's just right over here. Okay.
Kanye.
Gavin, is he okay? Is he with anybody? I thought, honestly, I thought he'd be like with like 3 like bodyguards.
Me too. I thought he was going to come with security. Yeah.
Do you want me to ask the next question?
We at least need to ask like the net worth content.
Okay.
So
I kind of think we should ask again the controversial question, or just skip it because you didn't want to answer it.
Oh, all right.
Cool. Yeah. And if there's anything you want us to skip.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's see what's happening here. Well, let's see. Anything interesting going on in the news headlines? No, Nathan, I will say this. Nathan is very accepting of me. He knows that I believe what I believe. And, I do this show and I talk about, look, I always try to make it very clear to both of them, Billy and Nathan. If you don't like what I have to say, change the channel. Right? When I do this show, it's not like I'm doing it in front of them. You know what I mean? They have every opportunity to not watch the show. All it takes for Billy to do is not watch the fucking show. I've told him, just don't watch the show. Look, Billy, I do love Billy. I really do. I think he's, like I say, he's a hell of a father. He has a lot of great qualities. The only thing that pisses me off is when he just wants to... He gets a little authoritarian about things, though, because he wants me to believe, and he does use a little emotional manipulation. All right, he does. And I don't give into it, and he gets mad. I don't give into it. But other than that, it's like, because I don't tell him he's a bad person. I really don't. I may say things about liberals on this show, but I'm really just talking about the liberal collective as a whole. I'm not talking about one specific person. I'm just saying these are the traits that I see in liberals overall, based on their reactions to things. So wait, this is another thing. You were in a college class for 2 hours, and all your teacher did was dump on Trump. See, this is it. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome's a real thing, man. I don't want to say my buddy Billy has fallen victim to that, but there's a certain line of collective thinking that I just feel is bad for the psyche and bad for the soul. But let's see what's going on, man. Thank you, Mr. Donaldson. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, the Borg. Yeah. Sometimes, it's just tough, man. Sometimes it's just really tough. And I feel very conflicted right now, man, because truth be told, I haven't wanted to be around Billy for a bit. I just know that if I play cards, there's a chance that Billy will be there, and I just don't want to be around him. Because he just constantly... Later, Mr. Donaldson. But no, here's the thing. Like I said, I love Billy. I just don't want to be around him lately. I don't mind being around Nathan because he's... he'll disagree with me on things, and that's fine, but he doesn't emotionally manipulate me at all. You know, he's actually pretty understanding about shit. But he, you know, if he disagrees with something, he'll tell me. Absolutely. But he doesn't get in my face about it, is the difference. And that I respect, because I don't want to get in anybody's face about anything. You know, one of the reasons I do this show is because I actually have a good time doing it. I really do. I really love doing this show. I love talking to you guys. And by the way, Billy said that this was like an echo chamber. Not really. You guys have witnessed firsthand people who agree with me. Sure, you guys agree with me. That's fine. But there are people, you guys have witnessed firsthand how many crazed out leftists come into the chat and start lecturing me and calling me all sorts of names. I just brush it off. And maybe, I don't know, I'm just used to it, man. I don't know. I figure if I'm going to be lectured, at least I better get paid. All right, let's see. Oh shit, Iran hits Tel Aviv with missile strikes? What the fuck?
Okay, so tonight...
Okay, that's crazy. Sorry, you guys. I'm just a little out of it, man. I'm emotionally exhausted. I love my buddy Billy. I really do. Like, I actually care about him a lot. But there are times it just gets too much. Like, it really gets too much for me to handle. If he's lecturing me about shit. Sorry, you guys. I've just been texting my buddy Nate. Sorry, you guys. I'm just a little depressed at the moment. Sorry. Anyway. All right. But yeah, now I am.
President Trump will address the nation in an important update on Iran after signaling a potential end to the conflict.
But U.S. forces in the Middle East are not slowing down. CENTCOM revealing this morning that they have flown over 12,000 combat missions in Operation Epic Fury so far.
Jonathan Hunt is live in Tel Aviv, and he has the very latest. Jonathan, fill us in.
Good morning, Rachel. There is a lot of concern here that the Iranians might try to mark the beginning of the Jewish holiday of Passover with a huge missile barrage when that holiday begins at sunset tonight. Today, after the sun rose, the Iranian missile launchers were certainly very busy. At least 5 strikes aimed here at Tel Aviv itself. More than 24 people injured. One of them, an 11-year-old girl who we understand at this point is in critical condition.
Oh, jeez. That's tough. That is actually tough.
Condition. And as for the war itself, President Trump's comments getting a lot of attention that the war, or the U.S. role in it at least, could be over soon. Here's the president.
I think with 2 or 3 weeks, we'll leave, because there's no reason for us to do this. Now, it's possible that we'll make a deal before that, because we'll hit bridges, and we've hit some. We'll hit some bridges. Got a couple of nice bridges in mind. But if they come to the table, that'll be good.
And to encourage them to come to the table, the U.S. and Israel keeping up the barrage on military and regime targets in Tehran and throughout the country of Iran itself. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that will continue until the president says he's done. Listen here to the Secretary of State.
We are going to destroy their Air Force. We have largely done that. We were going to destroy their Navy, which we have largely achieved that. We were going to destroy a significant percentage of their missile launchers. We are well on our way to achieving that.
Another thing getting a lot of attention here today, the president's comments to London's Daily Telegraph newspaper that he is, quote, seriously considering pulling the U.S. out of NATO. That obviously would be a historic decision. The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer responding today defiantly, saying once again, as he said before, this is not our war, and we, the UK, will not be dragged into it. The future of the NATO alliance seems very much up in the air today. Back to you guys.
So, Jonathan, I'm just curious, you know, what's the response from the European people, the people of the UK? Are they concerned about that the president is now saying that he won't have NATO's back if they don't help us with this?
I think there is obviously concern among all the European nations about a U.S. withdrawal from NATO, because it would be a huge budgetary gap that NATO would have, of course, and it takes away the might of the U.S., which acts as a huge deterrent. And I think what people in Europe are going to be looking at...
Well, let's see. I mean, it depends on what they are looking at, man. I don't know. Is it a good idea if we pull out of NATO? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it is a good idea if we pull out of NATO overall? I'm trying to figure that one out. I'm trying to figure out if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I mean, the alliance, look, we need an alliance. So I think, I mean, then again, if we pull out of the alliance, then they'll have nobody defending them. And a lot of these European countries, by the way, are just, you know, kind of blah. Hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button, though. If you guys can, double tap the screen to like the stream. One more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that, I mean, that's crazy. Can't believe a missile got through the, my God. Oh, wow. Trump attends a SCOTUS meeting? All right. Okay, that's just odd. I think it's audio only. Well, I am curious what CBS... I'm not a big fan of CBS News. I do think the mainstream media is the enemy of the people, but let's hear them out.
Where President Trump's effort to end birthright citizenship in the United States meets the test of questions from justices on the high court. So at issue today is President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship constitutional. President Trump made history, becoming the first sitting U.S. president to be present for those oral arguments at the U.S. Supreme Court. You see his vehicle right there. Now, he's back at the White House as of this hour, but he attacked the court ahead of today's hearing. He criticized its ruling against his tariff policies. He also says
he didn't attack the court. He disagreed with them. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with the courts. If you want to disagree with the courts, you certainly can. That is Trump's right, as far as I know, unless I'm wrong on that. But yeah. Whew.
his birthright executive order would stop what he calls the sale of U.S. citizenship around the world. Ultimately, the fate of that order rests with those justices. So here's some of what the attorney arguing against the president had to say after court. Listen.
I come out of the court today with the thought of my parents and so many of our parents and ancestors who came to this country seeking refuge, seeking new opportunities, and who relied on the rule that we've had in this country for 150 years.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if you come here legally, right, and you have a baby, I think that's fine. That's okay. But if you come here illegally, it doesn't mean that your baby automatically gets to become a citizen. No, I was actually messaging my buddy Nathan. You know, I was just letting him know how I was feeling, you know, that I just didn't want to be around Billy. Because I hadn't really revealed that to Nathan at all. I've been kind of keeping that to myself, that I just been not wanting to be around Billy. And I just didn't want there to be a chance. And but I honestly, with how angry I am at Billy right now, because I am angry at him. I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking furious. I am furious with Billy, to be honest. The more I think about it, the more pissed off I am, you know. I just don't want to be around him for a few weeks. You know, yeah, you know, it just sucks because I'm pissed, and I'm sorry to bring all my personal baggage to the, I guess you guys are probably having a good time listening to the drama, whatever, but, I don't do this for the entertainment of the crowd. I'm just being truthful with you guys right now. I'm not putting on a facade or anything. But Billy just, I think what he did was uncalled for. I feel kind of hurt. I actually do feel, maybe this is like a tomorrow's teachings episode, I don't know. But no, I do feel hurt because it's like he comes in, basically tells me that I'm choosing this over my friends, guilt-tripping me again. I'm tired of being guilt-tripped by this man. I don't want to hang out with him because he's just making me feel like shit about every decision I make. He's saying that this could never be a real job. I'm sorry. I make a pretty good deal of money doing YouTube. So it's not like this isn't a real job. And for him to basically say that this is just a hobby and nothing more, I'm sorry. I'm turning this into a business and I'm treating this like a business. You know, and it just sucks because I don't know what sort of misery he's going through right now. I don't know what's making him such a miserable twat. But he has no right. Well, he has every right. But he claims to be my friend. Yet he comes onto my channel, lectures me about all these decisions I'm making, makes it real personal, by the way, when I didn't want it to be. I didn't want to make it personal, but he made it personal. And it sucks because I actually have good things to say about him, by the way. He's a great father. And I actually do believe he's a good person. But when he goes and does hurtful shit like that, you know, telling me that this is just, you know, and it sucks because I felt like I was listening to my dad. My dad essentially basically told me that this was just a hobby and couldn't become anything more than that. You know? It's bullshit. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, and I'm making a good amount of money doing this show. So like, I don't understand why he just keeps going below the belt. He just keeps going below the belt and prodding at me until I crash out. And yeah, I crashed out earlier. I crashed out on the stream. I crashed out hard as fuck. Maybe not super hard, but I got pissed. I was like, dude. So yeah, the more I've been thinking about it, the more pissed I am at him. I'm actually really pissed off at him. You know? I'm proud. And you know what? After having that conversation with him, I would rather choose this show than choose him because he just makes me feel like shit. Not because he disagrees with me, but he doesn't realize how in your face he gets. He gets very in your face. So, I'm extremely upset. I'm very upset, to be honest. You know, and it sucks that he keeps... No, this isn't an April Fool's joke, unfortunately. This is like the one thing that isn't an April Fool's joke, which frustrates the shit out of me. I wish it was. Honestly. But no, it's like, I don't force him to watch this show. And I've told him, just don't watch the show. I've actually told him several times that a lot of the fights that we get into revolve around him watching my show and then lecturing me about all the things that I believe. And then he comes at me as if I am going up to him and... No, I do this show. This show, he is not the target audience. Billy is not the target audience. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people come on here and get mad at me. But I don't really care. That's my choice to be the most hated man on the internet. But look... I do this show because I believe that doing the show is something I really enjoy. And you know what? By the way, he may say this is just a hobby, but guess what? I have been able to successfully monetize this hobby. Something that you know what I mean? So honestly, Billy's jealous. Let's just put it plain and simple. He's fucking jealous. And that's why I'm upset. Because it's like, why would you, you know... I'll tell you what. I'll give you an example. And I'm serious about this. If Billy had a show that he was doing, or had something that he was doing, let's say he was working somewhere, like, I do consider this, in a sense, my job. It's my business. This is my business, all right? And I believe in it. He may not. But just because he doesn't mean... and it's just sad. He claims to be a real friend. He goes into the chat, starts lecturing me about shit, just spams the chat. Why should I deal with that? You know, it also makes me kind of not want to be his friend at all. If I'm going to be honest, it makes me not want to be his friend at all. Because it's psychological abuse, and it's pissing me off. You know? I don't mind if people disagree with me. Nathan and I, for example, disagree with each other all the time. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of shit. But we don't freak out at each other. Billy and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. And we do see things similarly on certain things, but that's not the point. He can't accept the fact that I don't see the way he does. He thinks that because I vote one way that I hate a certain group of people. That sort of shit. That's so dumb. You know, I could lecture him and say, oh, you know, communism is responsible for the deaths of millions. But I don't, because I don't want to make him feel guilty. Unless he starts lecturing me and getting in my face, and I'll be like, yeah, communism is responsible for a lot of deaths too. More deaths than you can ever imagine. But I don't. I could. I absolutely could. But I don't, because I don't want to. I don't think about that stuff when I'm talking to him. I think about him as a human being. I don't really give a shit about his politics at the end of the day. I don't. I just wish he would stop giving too much of a shit about mine. It's just so frustrating. You know? I do this show primarily for entertainment. I do this show for entertainment primarily. And I enjoy doing this show. I really enjoy doing this show. It makes me feel good. Look, there's not a lot. I grew up having very low self-esteem. I did. I had very extreme low self-esteem. Extremely low. And I hated my life. Like, I really hated my life growing up. Like, I didn't have, like, when I say hated my life, I just hated how I felt about myself. I hated how my parents treated me. And the reason I became an adult and chased my dreams, you want to know why I chased my dreams, you guys? Yeah, you want to know why? Because, yeah, I do idolize athletes. I idolize billionaires. You want to know why I idolize them? Because they actually go for it. They actually take the action they need to take. And you know what? I've taken the action I need to take, and I've been very successful on YouTube, and I'm very happy about that. Hey, you know what? So, hey, Spartacus. So, how about this? Do you have a local radio station that you live next to? Spartacus, do you have a local radio station or television station that you live next to? Here's what I'd like you to do, okay? If you want to. Since you're lecturing me about doing this show, which is a media show, by the way, why don't you go into a radio station? Why don't you lecture the people doing the radio shows and be like, this isn't what a real man should be doing? ET's like POV, we're the therapist and Garza. I do feel like this is like a therapy session, by the way. No, Now, I want people to be whoever they want to be. If you guys want to vote, I don't care who you guys vote for. I don't even care what people politically believe for the most part. I do feel low. I feel pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I feel low as shit right now. Luckily it's almost lunchtime and I get to hang out with my girlfriend. That'll cheer me up. You know, I keep thinking about this damn quote that keeps repeating in my head. Don't be around people who make you feel lonely. You know? And sometimes I would rather be alone than talk to Billy. Yeah. I want to say I appreciate you guys. I really do. And like, I really don't want to bring people into any drama that I have. I'm not even embarrassed by any of this. Like, I'm just sad. I really am. Like, this is legit. Like, everybody thinks, oh, this is just an act. I know it's April Fool's, by the way, and I know I was doing an April Fool's skit at the beginning of the show, but this is unfortunately the reality right now. And I don't know if I could be this guy's friend anymore. I don't know if I could be Billy's friend anymore. It's just, you know, it's just how I'm feeling right now. And it's tough. Hold on. You know, he's trying to guilt trip me into saying that this is just a hobby. You know, it's not just a hobby to me. It means a lot to me. I've worked very hard to make this show better. I don't want to be I don't want to be guilt tripped. I don't want to be guilt tripped. I don't. You know, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being guilt tripped for having a different way of thinking than my friend does. Billy, you know, I'm not going to make any rash decisions, you know. That's just not how I operate. I don't make rash decisions. But if he's just going to keep treating me like this and keep getting, you know, coming on here and, the fact that he accused everybody on here of being in an echo chamber, this is not the case. In fact, if anything, my chat gets riddled with leftists. Leftists come in left and right and lecture me about shit. And you know what I do? I never block them. I never block any of them. So this is not an echo chamber. In fact, if anything, it's really, people grill me all the time on here. But it just sucks when you have somebody who is supposed to be your friend come on, lecture the shit out of you and make you feel guilty about choosing this and being obsessed with this and being addicted. Yes, I'm addicted to doing what I do. I'm addicted to a lot of stuff, though. I mean, I have a very obsessive personality. I'll admit I'm obsessed with working. I really do enjoy working. But I'm also addicted to freedom. I'm very addicted to freedom. And this has offered me a level of freedom that I never thought I would have in my life. And the way he was talking to me felt like a level of jealousy it felt jealous. It felt jealous. Like, I know what jealous people act like. That was jealous. That was jealousy. So, am I depressed at the moment? Yes. But I don't know. I will so Ball Striker Bandit, let's see, says, you're a grown man, think how you want to think and do what you want to do. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You're the captain of your own ship. Absolutely. And absolutely, that's true. you know, I became an adult to be able to make my own personal choices, to take my own personal risks, and to try to make a better life for myself. But I do want to say I appreciate each and every one of you guys. 3 minutes till the moon launch? Really? You know what? Let's put that on the screen. I could use some good news right now. Hold on. I'll tell you what. We're gonna watch the moon launch here. I didn't realize that it was happening in 3 minutes. Let's see. Oh, it's happening live on our. Oh, wow. So what time is it supposed to launch?
You may be able to see from this view the suits themselves inflating. This is, again, a pressure check. Verifying that the suits are leak-free ahead of the ascent portion of today's flight. How you see the crew now with visors down will be the configuration of their ascent all the way through core stage separation about a little more than 8 minutes after booster ignition.
Crazy, man. They're doing a pressure check. Hell yeah.
All right, here.
Oh, it looks like it's going to launch in like 3 hours.
Mission Control Houston.
So here's the thing. It's going to be launching in 3 hours. So it's going to be a while until it launches. I may do a special stream on that. I'm not too sure. But it will be cool. I got to admit, it does look pretty neat. Hell yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's see. I can't believe it, man. We're at 9,367 subs, dude. Very happy about that, by the way. Yeah. So, yeah, they haven't launched just yet. It's going to be neat, though. But, they don't launch for, like, another, 3 hours, though. So it's just going to be them sitting there. And I'm hoping the launch goes well, man. I can't believe they're just going to circle. Are they going to land on the moon at all, or are they just going to circle the moon? Ooh, maybe, you know what? They're probably going to dump some drones on the moon. Not drones, but, like, robots and stuff. That'd be really cool if they put, like, some robots that were mining silver and gold and shit. Anyway, though, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for subscribing to the channel. Like I said, we're at 9,367 subs. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It really does help the channel grow. Thanks to everybody, man. You guys are amazing. And I'll see you guys a little bit later.